Hello my lovings and welcome back to another 5 here on my channel where I am personally going to start playing, I'm Jacob from Jacob is Here, the channel you're watching on. For some reason I like saying my title. I'm looking kind of spiffy today because I had a family event thing that I do tonight. And I did not get to pre-record this weekend. I have a cold, as you can tell, and I finished my first draft. That video will be coming out this week for one of my stories that I've been writing. And so I spent the whole weekend writing it. I wrote like 20,000 words this weekend. It was a big deal. Pretty happy about myself. But with that being said, we're back to normal writing. Now, this video is going out later, or it should be going out on Wednesday. I don't know. I'm still going to try to keep it on schedule. But How to Get Famous has moved to Friday for the moment, just because of, like, structural purposes. I didn't get a video out on Monday. I'm recording this Monday night, whole 9 yards. For some reason I decided to go with Island Living first. But yeah, I do want to very quickly mention before we get started and before we jump into Island Living, that I am sorry if the editing has not been the best lately. It's one of those things that I want to say sorry about. And also I want to be like, I just want to let you guys know that I want everything you guys need to know about Island Living. I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. I would love to explore them. What else? There was a big thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally need to remind my audience about this, and I can't remember what it is now. So sorry about that. Maybe it'll come back to me and I'll be like, oh right. So I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing today, but let's jump right in. So as you guys can see, we are on the screen with Sean here. Sean, I finally remembered his name. Oh, I've got my mods back in. He's going to be cleaning. I did have an issue where, like, I was having a very hard time with my mods. There is really cool CC out there for mermaids that seems to be not working anymore with the game. It worked with the patch update, but something got corrupted. So if you do have that CC, I highly recommend you get rid of that CC, as it is going to continue to ruin your game as you play and corrupt complete saves. I've heard some pretty awful things, to be honest with you. But I think today, we're just going to try to beachcomb and grill and like other things. Mainly beachcomb for seashells and try to get through that. I know a lot of you guys kind of want to see what kids look like on the beach, and so I do think we need to start jumping into a relationship really fast, and so if that progresses along a lot faster than normal, it's simply because I am, one, probably cheating it, and two, trying to showcase gameplay objects. That way you guys can see what kids look like in the sand and all that fun stuff, in case you don't watch any of my other series. I don't really have any series with children on my channel right now. Oh, that's what it was. I figured it out. Follow me on Twitter. It is linked down below. It's just Jacob's Here YT on Twitter, where I post a poll if I'm late to a video and I have to move things. Do you guys want the cool side video that's supposed to go up on a random day that I'm going to replace it with the LP, or do you guys not want the LP that week? For instance, this week you guys voted for a speed build instead of a How to Get Famous episode on Tuesday, and I still gave you guys How to Get Famous on Friday, but 90% of the time we're going through like a weird flux stage here, where I'm not really, I have a lot of things going on, so my mom doesn't really have time to come in and record with me for 3 hours at night, so I can spice up the footage and make some cool things out of it. So we can't do that right now, and I was super busy with writing and fast drafting this novel. Now that I'm done fast drafting this novel for 2 weeks, we're going to try to get quite a few videos filmed. That way I'm not like far behind. So my mom's stuff should be starting here relatively soon, which is nice. I am going to take him outside. He is super hungry though. How about we go ahead and eat this food? We cooked this food in the last episode. I'm starting exactly where we left off because I have MC cheats. I have cheats in my game now, so it's very lovely, and it makes me very happy. She's still out in the water. I really, because we're not moving along in a progressional state, I've yet to experience any monsoons or any weird weather patterns, which for me personally kind of sucks, because I really wish we did. So I might have to ensue those a lot sooner. Maybe try to figure out what episode I kind of want to dedicate this to. Pretty sure this is episode 5, if I'm not mistaken. That means we have 5 more parts left of the series before I do my review, and I do want that to be a part of my review, as Seasons is something I think everybody just somewhat owns. Comment down below if you don't own it, as I am super curious to know about that. Why haven't you bought Seasons? Is it just because, I don't know, I think Seasons brings something a little bit for everything. But maybe you guys just didn't want it. Let me know in the comments down below. What makes you guys decide not to buy an expansion pack or anything like that? Also, very possibly because they posted a thing. Pretty sure Mishimo's stuff pack is coming out within the next week or so. I'm assuming by next week. So that trailer reaction could be up by the time you're watching this. So in case you guys want to check that out, I'm sure that video is going to do horrible. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be mad. And I do have a few inquiries why people are going to be mad. I mean, I know why people are going to be mad. But I do have a few inquiries of different things. Oh my gosh. I was really hoping my nose wouldn't run. But it did. Beachcomb for seashells. And he just needs to find 10 of these so we can move on to the next thing. Also, you guys like the new setup of my video camera being not my love camera? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm playing around with it. I don't think it changes the time frame of like how long the video takes to edit. So I really do like it. The only problem I'm having with, because it's not like in the video, it's two separate videos that I have to edit through. And so sometimes like I noticed my last video for the series, some things didn't line up correctly because I was like a second off, which could throw out the whole video. And so I'm making sure I do start recording both sides at the same time. So when I cut them together, which should solve all the problems. But I just wanted to mention it very quickly. I did have a lot of fun playing around with it though. So I do like the new way. I just thought I would kind of mention it here. I think I am going to raise his fun up and his social, as tomorrow we are definitely going to be interacting with that boy who I thought was going to be our love interest, as Sean was always in my head imagined as a gay character, not because I am personally gay, but also because I like diversity on this channel, but also for the fact that he was made for a gay character on a streaming series that is no longer, because I do not stream anymore. Have I mentioned that this year? I don't know. I do stream. Like, I'm not saying I don't stream. I just, I just have a hard time streaming because of so many reasons. So, yeah. Is it Hinch? Is that the person we're pursuing? From the looks of it, that's a yes. Alright, so we are going to, Hinch Nara. We'll become lovers in the morning. I don't know how long this part's going to go on for, probably 18 or so minutes. But I just really personally want to go through the beachcombing and try to maybe roast some more food, just so we can move on for the next one. I don't know what the next aspiration for it is. Legendary local, explore the beach cave, and discover buried treasure. So, I don't know how you discover buried treasure. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know about that one. So I'm very curious. I've also never done anything with the diving for the series. And so I do want to do stuff with the diving. Maybe we can have her go do stuff with the diving since she's still out in the water. Clear as day. And yeah. And because it is a review series, I really don't care if they sleep or not. Just a personal opinion. Let's see here. Mermaids would never be caught snorkeling. Very taboo subject. Oh my gosh, can I not show you guys the diving and things because of them being mermaids? That would be awkward. Also, is it because of... So they can't snorkel. But I would assume they could dive. They just can't dive in the location I'm at, which is relatively annoying. Huh. Very interesting. I could take them to a bigger location, such as a beach. So I'm going to go do that real fast. So I'm just going to say I'll see you guys when we get there. So our Sims have made it. It is nighttime, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to keep him doing exactly what he is doing, while I'm going to go find her a diving spot. And we're just going to very quickly see if we can find ourselves a diving spot. And of course, if I can, see if they can go diving, period. We're just going to comb for beach shells, and whereas Mary here, or Marley, not Mary. So this looks like a deeper area. To show how to dive here, look for a dive buoy. And I don't know what the difference between, I guess that's, oh, this kind of looks like it's deep. So, maybe we can go figure out if we can free dive and dive gear. I guess what we'll do is we'll just go ahead. Oh, no. We'll come over here and we'll get an underwater camera. Yeah, since all this stuff is normally locked, I would say, it is very interesting. We're not going to go kill any fish, even though I do think she might kill some fish. Yes, spearfish. Free dive 4. We're going to go take some underwater photos, as I'm curious to see if they come out to us personally, if we can see those, as that would be a really nice touch for The Sims. Camera and, like, picture taking and thing is a thing in The Sims. They made it base game related, which originally came with Get to Work. So I don't see why we couldn't. Why, it wouldn't be a thing. Oh, he got bit by a thing. Well, that sucks. Just continue to come. And how many more do we have? Oh, we're very, very close to finishing that. And then she's coming out here to dive. It is a rabbit hole. A lot of people were mad about this, deservedly so. And I think a lot of people are mad about it just for the simple fact that when you are diving and you're doing that cool stuff, we could have been down that water. Just like the cave thing, I think both of these things are very much, deservedly annoying, because the world itself has a lot. It's very beautiful. I can't talk enough how beautiful Saloni is, but it's very small. It's not vast. It goes out for a while, and they really do, personally, in my personal opinion, need to expand on the oceans around us. And I think as time progresses, they definitely will, start to do that. But at this very moment in time, they are not. And, that can be extremely worrisome for someone like me, who's an avid game player, who wants to see the game be flourished and be loved, and them making choices by releasing, Machinima Stuff Pack, which is like one of the most hated choices that The Sims has made. And what is he angry about? Got pooped on? Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna try to get rid of all the negatives. I don't even know. He wants to. Oh, he's still searching. I'm exiting out of things that are probably good. So if we oh, please don't go home. Okay, if we comb. He also wants to get to know Mary, which is really interesting because they are conflicting parties, since he is good and she is evil. That is very interesting that he is willing to even know her. So we respect that from him. That makes him a very courageable human being, which is really nice. I haven't got any notifications that I'm aware of, and so she has yet to rise, and I'm wondering if that will become okay. What is this? See, I don't want him to comb for trash. Is a thing, because combing for trash. See, I get it. The place probably does have a lot of trash, and I get that. But if the only way to be able to really get what I'm looking for, we need to continue to comb for seashells. So that's what I'm going to do. He wants to go swimming. I personally am not going to allow him to go swimming. Oh, we do get an underwater photo. That's amazing. A nice way to bring in the underwater world to us. So that definitely gives them a perk. That we do have to respect, because they could have walked out. And so, yeah. It's a very generic underwater photo. Not to be that person. It's also super expensive, which is interesting. I'm wondering how big of a skill you have to be able to dive for that. So, let's free dive for treasure, as once again, something I'm just curious about. We are diving. Like I said, basically all you can do. Cannot snorkel, because, yeah, can't snorkel. We also are going to probably spear some fish, as ultimately I do find it to be probably interesting at best. We are so close to being, like, done here. So we only have, like, a few more of these to go through. I'll continue to work on the roasting of the food, as we did practically already do a pretty good job of showing you what that looks like. And so I do wonder if we come over here and we start the bonfire, if that has any correlation to what we need to do. So it is something that does make me relatively curious about, I won't lie. So we're going to very quickly see if... No. So this is exactly like before, where it's exactly like get together, which is really interesting. I have to be honest with you, because get together and Think Saloni share a lot of similarities, where it is about the culture. Now, Get Together was a lot about groups and friendships, but it also was really derivative of culture, which was nice. It was a nice change of pace for the Sims game. So I do see a lot of similarities. The worlds are equally as big. This one is smaller in scope, but I feel like it's just as equally large, in a way. So we have to respect that as well. I do wonder what we see if we go into first person mode with her. So let's see if we can't do that. So, for instance, if we come over here to Sean and we go into first person mode. So, how about I go into first person mode and then I jump over. And then I'm going to click on... I'm going to just click on the buoy. Hold on. And we're going to take underwater photos. And I'm curious to see, because we do want to go underwater, it does take us out. Okay, just things that I would be really interested in seeing. That could have been a really, really good use. Oh, she's sad because she murdered a fish. Oh, she found treasure. It's really interesting because as something for like that, you know, they could have done something really cool where the underwater feature takes you under. And it's just like this cool, like, little montage or something. I don't know. They could have stepped out of their reigns. But either way, guys, you know, let me know how you guys are feeling about the series, how you guys are feeling about Island Living. It's been out for a while now, so you guys should have a generalistic opinion about it by now, and I'm very curious to know about it in the comments. My generalistic opinion is still that it is a solid game, a sub-pack, expansion, sorry, I'm tired. A solid expansion pack that could definitely use some work on the outer rims, and I think a little bit more developmental time definitely could have made it look a little bit better. The world itself is still amazing and beautiful, and the characters we have created I still love dearly. But that being said, I think everything around the world is lackluster, and I'm still going to probably give it a B-, and we'll see as our gameplay progresses if my B- turns into an A or something stronger than that, you know, like an A- or turned into an A-. You know, I think a B+ is an equally good game rating. I rated Get Famous a B+, and I think it deserved it. A lot of people didn't. I personally really like Get Famous. I use the features from Get Famous almost in every single one of my series, so Get Famous and me go along pretty nicely. Now, I think Saloni had the problem of it not being a partial vacation world and not having vacational elements to it. I think if it came with hotels, I think everybody would love this world so much better, as I do find in my outside gameplay, unless I do have like the hotel mod from Quiet Stacy, I don't tend to come back here. And I think they really need to work on the system, the end system, to open up rental lots for the whole world, so you can have a rental home in every like world. Personally, I think everybody would lack from that. I think everybody would really grow from that. I think also opening up the rental lots, I think you should also open up the vacational lots so you can live in those vacation homes as well. As I would love to live in Granite Falls, or I would love to live in El Salvador. And there's a lot of people who also agree with me on that. And so I think you should make everybody a vacation home, and then you should make every house also be able to be a livable home. I think personally, since we're watching, I think that is the best solution for this problem until we get hotels, if we ever get hotels. And I personally don't want hotels to be a game pack. I've seen that a few times around as well, as, for instance, I'm going to use City Living as an example. City Living, in a normal city game for Sims, came with vampires and butlers. Sims 3 came with vampires and butlers, and Sims 2 also came with vampires. I don't know if they came with butlers. I can't remember. I'm not really too familiar with Sims 2. The original Sims, I have no idea about. Let me know in the comments down below in case you do, as I'm super curious. But unlike when City Living came out, it just had the city, which was a big enough deal back then because we weren't really familiar with the generalistic scenarios that expansion packs tend to come with. You know, you can't always have the cats and dogs or seasons. You get the generic ones. And I say my Shino in City Living is still probably by far my favorite expansion pack out of the whole entire series, except for seasons. We could fight on that. But with that being said, we got butlers a month after, and then we got vampires a month after that. And so personally, when I recommend City Living, I recommend the bundle, because personally I feel like that's how they should have went. Same with cats and dogs and my first pet stuff. You know, these are different things that I feel like go hand in hand together, and when I look back at it, I feel like it makes a mockery out of us as a community that we didn't really realize this. Now, when I did review, which is one of my first reviews ever on my channel, of the Vince's Glamour sub-pack, I was like, this is really weird that this did not go with this. And I did the same thing for Vampires, but Vampires gave us a whole brand new system that I really enjoy and you know, love. But I don't want hotels to bring in that whole new system. I don't want to own a hotel, I want to stay at a hotel. So I want that to be very clear here, is I want a hotel to kind of work like a dance club in a way. And so I think it should have been added into an expansion pack as a second detail. Just like for cats and dogs, we got vets. Something like that, under those lines. Even if we do run it, you know, I can still visit it and stay at it, even if I don't run it. But that's my opinion so far. We are halfway through the series. On episode 11, on the 11th week, I will be doing a full review of this. And hopefully soon after, the Magical Realism pack. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired, so I can't really tell you what it's called. Coming out hopefully soon after that, so we can just jump in straight into that LP is the goal here. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't comment down below, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching.